Hello folks, Typhon Carter here, and I'm bringing to you Smogon Premier League 17. This is a Week 7 showdown between Malekith of the Stark Sharks and BlazingDark of the Dragonspiral Tyrants. So, the Tyrants' DPP slot still looking for their first win, I believe. Although BlazingDark played a solid game in a losing effort against Markup in Week 6. Malekith coming in as the Stark Sharks' old gens or classic gen situation keeps being shuffled around between like Malekith bouncing around GSC RBY because those slots have been nothing short of a disaster. And they also had Marshall playing here. I mean, I thought Marshall played okay, but I get maybe they're trying their hand again. I don't even know what's going on with their classic gen situation anymore. They have, I think Colin became the permanent starter for the ADB slot or something. Anyways, not the point. That being said though, both players in a interesting or rather curious predicament, really. That being said though, let's jump right into this. Heatran lead, Bronzong lead. Heatran obviously a huge threat to the Zong. Heatran could use this opportunity to either fire off a Specs Overheat or get rocks up, depends on what the set is. Bronzong same deal, we don't really know a whole lot. BlazingDark bringing out a Milotic, and this looks like a Sashtran with Magma Storm. And Milotic's going to BlazingDark bringing out a stall team more or less. This is Zong Milo. This could also be Clef and Needle Queen in the back. Not immediately clear. Oh, there's the Clef, and the Gengar is going to come in. Gengar is going to be kind of annoying, but the Clef being protect means that it will at least be able to stall out these Focus Blasts with okay, Softboil, yeah. Question is, what is the last? I mean, okay, so Shadow Ball, it's substitute. This is probably Pain Split last, but based on how Malekith is playing this. Shadow Ball's here trying to force BlazingDark to burn some PP on the Clef, and the Milo's going to come in, and it's going to eat a Spadef drop. And it will probably recover. It can shrug this off, but BlazingDark is risking another potential Spadef drop, so he may have to switch out eventually. And Malekith trying to go for the predict there does not work out. Bronzong's going to come in here and get Shadow Bolt, and that Bronzong might be Lumberry, Custap, or it might be Akka, but we won't know. But Tyranitar's gonna come in. This part of Scarf Tar probably going to get a crunch off. Yeah, I was gonna say I would have just swapped out there, but I get why. Pert's gonna come in here, and this Skarm is gonna sit on it all day unless this is mixed Pert. And Heatran's going to enter into a game, probably going to get Magma Storm off, and Tyranitar is a pretty good mid ground, because T-Tar can at least cover any explosion shenanigans from the Tyranitar, and Malekith okay with letting the Heatran go, knowing that it won't have another chance to come in. Hurt's going to come in again, probably go Waterfall. Straight into a Milo. Yeah, I think BlazingDark might actually win this on preview, but depends on what the Pert's last is. Or rather, not what the Pert's last is, what Malekith's last are. I mean, you gotta have another steal. Oh, refresh act. Oh, okay, no. Okay, now this is interesting. Now this is a matter of whether the Swampert could actually crit the Milo. Because a crit here could make things a lot more tricky for BlazingDark. And then the last here, I mean, it could be a Magneton last. Oh wait, no, that wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Because you already have the Scarf Tar for stuff like Gengar. Yeah, I mean, if it's something like a Gliscor, I could believe this. If it's like Needle Queen, I mean, that's also believable. Yeah, something like, yeah, because you can't just have something like Clefable be your primary zap answer. Like, you need to have like a soft second answer as well. I mean, I guess Tyranitar kind of fulfills that, but not really. Anyways, Waterfall's here, and yeah, Hazard is just gonna go up all day, and BlazingDark can now just, you know, get a Whirlwind. Oh, I probably would actually roost it there, to be honest. And gonna get Thunder Punch. That is a Fizz Def Scarm. So yeah, you really see how you know, resilient Skarmory is. But Malekith kind of staying in with what looks to be a Scarf meta. Finally gets to Para, and now he just has to string together a few more Thunder Punches. Based on how BlazingDark's playing this tells me his last is most definitely not a Neo Queen, most definitely not a Gliscor, because he has had several opportunities to swap that in if he had it. Finally gets the Whirlwind out into a Latias. Latias probably going to... Oh no, it is lefties. Sorry, it is like 1 in the morning. Anyways, this Clef probably gonna get free knockoff into a Tyranitar, and it is a Pashotar, so this is a mixed tar on Malekith's end. And oh wait, no, his last was Gliscor. Wait, why didn't BlazingDark bring that in sooner? I would have probably brought it in sooner at some point, like once your Scarm got back up to full, you know, like you want that thing to be taking hits, cowboy, like force Kif to switch out. And Cloud's gonna come in again, gonna get pursued at 43%, not bad damage, but man, the Tyranitar basically cannot come in anymore. Does not matter what the Latias does. EQ is fine there because you cover everything except for Lati, and you would much rather force Lati to come in. And oh, if you are BD, oh, I would have pursued it there. That was so free. Oh my god. Yeah. Fire Punch here. Problem now is that Gliscor just comes in for free. I was gonna say. Roost EQ. I mean, I wonder what the last on BD's end is. It might be Aerial Aced or something. Anyways, knocks off here. So that perk cannot really, you know, stand up to a Clef anymore. And protect soft blow knock. Is this Wish? Like, is this double healing move Clef? I mean, if it is, that's a pretty interesting angle, and I'm a fan of that. Recovers here and got EQ, and this Milo is just looking super free right now. EQs again, no crit there. BD's gonna be forced to recover. Recovers again, and just staying out of range of EQ. And now, no, regardless of a crit, won't have to fear getting smacked like that. EQs again. Milo has 1 recover left versus 1 EQ. So BlazingDark says Milo has done its job. And Waterfall's here, so that felt more like a desperation play from Malekith, if anything. And this Latias will drop a Draco and it does not kill. And gotta trade to Toxic, and now BlazingDark has all but won this game. Clef's gotta come in. Okay, no crit. I probably would protect it there, but whatever. That is just nitpicking at this point. Gotta go down, and now it's gonna come down to this Metagross. Protects here. Meteor Mash probably won't actually kill this Clef from this range, barely lives, and Seismic Toss will do the job, and BlazingDark will finally get the Tyrants' DPP slot, their first win of the season. Malekith's gonna lose here. I believe he is now 1-2, or no, I think he's like 2-2 in DPP now, and BlazingDark is 1-1 on the season. So good stuff to BlazingDark. This was a pretty solid game he played. You know, keeping Malekith at bay. I think Malekith could have gotten. I mean, yeah, the problem was that Malekith's team just couldn't handle hazards long term, and like the meta, like they just all gave way too many free turns to Skarm to get hazards up. I think on Malekith's build, like refresh pert is a fine idea. I actually like refresh pert in the current meta of DPP, but I think this needed more breaking power, right? Like I think this pert, like because of the fact that stuff like Skarm is more free because of sleep being banned, I think this needed to be something like a mixed pert, like, you know, like hydro pert with like EQ, or like, you know, focus punch. Like you just really, because I think you've really seen in this tournament so far is that a lot of these bulkier structures have really shined through, and a lot of the teams that we see brought just struggle to break through these Clef teams now. And it's not so much because Clef's overpowered. I just think, like, you know, like this 6 that Malekith has, not necessarily I actually think this is a pretty workable 6. I just think some of the sets could be a little better here. You know what I'm saying? And like this pert being, or sorry, this tar being like partial tar is like, okay, I get the idea here, but man, it's tough. It's tough to see stuff fully optimized, like, you know, after only like what, roughly 3 months of a sleep banned DPP meta, because like this stuff usually will take a lot of time to truly develop. But you know, that being said though, if you guys enjoyed this video, like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.